failure is not necessarily failure if you learn from it. I've come to learn to embrace challenges and failures because I believe they're what molds us. I look at it as going through the refinery and being molded to something of great worth and perfection. The one reason why I enjoy whatever I do is the fulfillment that I see on people that I work with.
Who is Mitch?
My actual name is Meshach Poche, and Mitch, currently as he is right now, he's a personal trainer. He's a guy who's driven by the desire to impact the lives of as many people as possible through health and fitness. Just by the experiences that I've had personally by myself, getting into fitness and training, and as you mentioned, getting buff and gaining some level of confidence and self-esteem and being able to, my desire is to be able to share that with as many people as I can.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And how long have you been at it? How long have you been doing this?
I've been training well for about 7 years now. The first 3 years are pretty much on and off, and then possibly seriously for the last 4 years.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a wild card question, but just to get it out the way now, where does Mitch see himself in 20 years?
In the next 20 years. So as I mentioned, my desire is to help as many people as I can. And if that means through personal training, one-on-ones, through online training, through facilities, educating masses on health and fitness. And so basically anything that will drive me towards impacting and getting to many people, and ideally just through health and fitness.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Super worthy cause. I guess I want to know, what does a day in the life of Mitch look like? From
day in the life.
Subui until nighttime, from morning until night.
One thing I find joy and pleasure by being up early, early to bed, early to rise.
What time would that be? Waking up?
I try to be in bed at least by 10 latest and be up by 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Yeah, but I mean, one of the reasons why I have to be up at 4 a.m. is because I need to impact a life at 5.
Oh wow.
5 a.m. So at 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm on someone's house and we're busy.
That's awesome.
Burning some calories, yeah.
So that's personal training in the morning?
Yeah, so I do personal training. So ideally, at the very beginning when I was starting out, the idea was, what's the one thing that I can do without incurring a lot of cost and still impact on lives and transform people's bodies? And ideally, what I resulted to was training people at their homes, because simply meant just going there and being there. And so kind of learning on how to be able to achieve fitness goals with limited resources, because I mean, most people in their homes, they might not really have equipment or machines.
That's true.
Possibly be their body weight, a fleet of stairs or something of that kind. And so I have, for the very first time, I was training a lot of people at their homes. Right. And then later on, I came into the gym. And so technical day, I mean, I move around the city, Karen, Spring Valley, Thika Road, Langata. Wow. And at some point in the day, I find myself at the gym because I still have to get the gains going myself. Right. And train a couple of people at the gym. But basically, my life revolves around fitness. I mean, half the time guys ask me, what do you do during your free time? And during my free time, I'm trying to learn more so I can help other people to achieve whatever they desire in terms of their fitness journey. And kind of just understanding that it's far more about the physical being, but also the mental state. Because when we're talking about training, in most cases, we're referring to your mind, body, and soul. And there's that connection. And so there's that fulfillment that I've received by training physically that also trains myself, my mind, yeah.
That's really awesome, and I guess that is why you are who you are. I guess what I want to know, what are some of the challenges you've had to overcome? It's not all sunshine, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So what are some of the personal challenges you've had to overcome?
Personal challenges, I guess. One of the things, I wasn't so used to the idea of having to get up in the morning, but one of the things I've had to do is put myself aside and not think about myself to a greater extent, and just think about the people that I'm working with or I'm trying to help out. And that has resulted to being a strength. You know, we always talk about making weak things become strength to you.
Right.
And so that has kind of helped me to be able to dedicate my time, talents, and interest to helping people and to the guys I'm working with other than myself. So I guess one of the difficult things was to put myself aside and just think about other guys.
What hacks do you have for overcoming failure? So it's like, what are some of the secrets, things that have helped you overcome that initial fear that can sometimes like polarize people from acting at all?
I mean, I totally believe that failure is part of life, and failure is not necessarily failure if you learn from it. And I believe failure are building blocks for success. And so the way I look at failure is that probably there's something I was lacking on that I need to work on.
Right.
And it's just a reminder that I haven't gotten to where I need to be. I need to put more effort. And so I've come to learn to embrace challenges and failures because I believe they're what molds us. I look at it as going through the refinery and, you know, being molded to something of great worth and perfection.
I love that, going through the refinery. I've never heard anyone put it like that. And it makes total sense. Actually, the whole gym process in my short experience is like kind of that, just refinement. I find myself looking way more in the like, okay, maybe I should work on this part, but that's why, of course, I need guided workout sessions with someone who's like, okay, work on this, work on that, instead of just like trying to guess what I should refine on my own. But what are some of the best moments? The moments that kind of like make it all worth it. So doing your thing, what are the moments that stand out as like, man, this is awesome. I'm totally in my element. I'm doing the right thing. What are some of those moments?
I mean, the one reason why I enjoy whatever I do is the fulfillment that I see on people that I work with. I mean, see someone come in with this much weight and they want to cut it down, and they actually eventually cut it down. Over time, you get to work with so many people. It's quite fascinating that you find guys who are not really keen on losing weight or looking better physically, but it's generally just for their mental state.
Right.
Because they're involved with it in so much throughout the day, and training is just an outlet to release their stress.
Right.
And so being able to see that coming into pass, it's something that is fulfilling and brings me so much joy.
That's really awesome. I've actually been experiencing that myself as well, just that the fulfillment, feeling like, oh man, because I've been training for 2 months now, and every single day, it's just like I can tell it's making a difference, and that helps me in every other aspects of my life so much more. So when you mention the mental benefits of it, of course the spiritual benefits as well, which vary for different people or whatever. But yeah, I get that. And so what will you do after you've made it, after you've achieved a certain level of success? So I feel like you're definitely on this journey to help as many people as you can. Definitely, yeah. Do you have a certain goal, a target? And what happens when you've reached like a set number of people you've maybe been able to help, or maybe it's a financial goal? What next then after that? I think other than financial goal or something of that sort, this is the one thing that I can do without putting the numbers of money into it. I mean, I think we've had this conversation before, and I was saying one of the reasons why I came to identify that this is my purpose, this is my passion, is because this is the one thing I can do. If someone was to take care of my bills, and I just live my life stress-free in terms of finances for the purpose of taking care of myself, then this would be the one thing I'd be doing. And so I don't think it's going to get to a certain point where I'll be like, I'll stop at it. But the idea is to just keep going. Keep going. Yeah, just keep going. That's awesome. Much, I don't know, I can totally see you opening your own gym. I mean, you've already got the company, maybe, which you can tell us
definitely, about. Definitely. Because, I mean, as I mentioned before, when I started off, I was looking at what can I do without incurring so much cost. And that was, I bring the gym to your doorstep. You don't have to go to the gym, and I bring that conveniency. And then later on, I got into a gym. And so guys who are keen on training at the gym, I can capture them at the gym. But ultimately, I'd like to have my own facility, and maybe not just one, maybe a franchise. That's probably my own goal and my end goal. And I think that's one of the ways in which I can get to more people in different locations. I'm also looking at taking it online. I have a couple of guys that I train online, so I don't have to meet them face to face.
What's that like? Sorry to interrupt, but what's that like, training people online?
Okay. I mean, you find a couple of experiences I've had with social media is I've been able to share images and maybe quotations, just trying to inspire people to start training. And they're like, man, I need to do this. but they can't make it to where I'm at, or I can't make it to them, either because of our schedules or something like that. I mean, one of the challenges with personal training, and particularly one-on-ones, is that you just have so many hours within a day, and you can only see so many people within each hour. But the kind of online training helps you to reach out to people even in different parts of the world. And
That's
so how it simply works is that, I mean, we have conversation, I gather some information from you, the same information I'd gather from you if we're doing one-on-ones, and then I go ahead and I design a plan depending on what facility you're at and what you have at your facility, your strengths, your weaknesses, design a diet plan to go with that, and we just work hand in hand with feedback to try and get you the results you desire.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Of course, you're designing a plan for me as well.
Yeah.
You're actually the first trainer I've seen, even at the gym, who has like your own set of contracts.
Yeah.
You have a checklist that you usually use.
Yeah.
Very professional, man.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's, you know, it makes you kind of feel that like I can trust you. I feel like my physical journey, transformation journey, is in the right hands.
Yeah.
So I commend you for that. That's cool.
And that's what I try to achieve, and I'm glad you can be able to see that.
On time.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we're coming to the end, I just wanted to know if you could summarize your life and what you do in one sentence. How would it read?
In one sentence.
It is a bit challenging.
That's tricky.
I believe you got this. It could be a couple of words that you string together, or a quote maybe you live by.
I have this one quote at the top of my wall, and I shared it with someone who's close to my heart, and they found it necessary for me to have it on my wall, and that's always start by lifting where you stand.
Start by lifting where you stand.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. I love how it's also very closely related to what it is that you do. Well, I know you're going to get back to the gym and help more people get to it. True. And of course, I look forward to being in the gym with you and just like kind of sweating it out. Yeah. And hopefully as well, we get to bring everybody along on this journey, on my personal journey. So I'm excited.
Definitely
I'm not even tensing about it.
Not worry.
You know?
If only you knew what is in the program already.
Right. Boom. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, bro.
Boom.
Appreciate
Bless
it.
up.